All right, let's take a look here. If you want this truck, subscribe to win it. Once we hit 10,000, I'm going to pick one lucky winner to receive this vehicle. After that, we're going to continue to give away vehicles and more products. So please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and we'll get to the fun.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. So we decided that we are not going to run it on 8S because that was way too much weight. So what we've done now is we've put a Mamba X in here. This is capable of 6S, although we're not going to do 6S because it's probably going to be way too fast. But we will be running 4S. I removed the wire on the suspension because we were having issues with it either stretching or breaking due to rollovers. And when it was stretching, what was happening is it was causing one side to tilt, causing the truck to lose its stability on straight lines. So we got rid of that. Plus, we did cut the ribbing out of the center, so now all the stuff can be shoved into the truck without any issues. So it actually is just going to look like stock. So it's going to work quite well. If you see that stuff on the counter there, we're acquiring everything for the IR60 build. So the nicer thing about this build is the battery obviously fits right in there. That's a 1300 4S battery. But we also have a B-Link on here, so that'll allow us to play with any of the settings via Bluetooth, and we shouldn't have any issues. Got our controller here. We do still have it set up at 10% throttle, and even that on the radio is like stupid fast. I did take it for a run yesterday, but because of the suspension, I took all the wiring off of it because it was just too unstable as it was driving. I couldn't keep it in a straight line. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try that now and then see how it handles and if I need to fix anything on it. Okay, so she's definitely handling a lot better now. And we definitely need to change our location of running. There's just too many oddball bumps, and between the pavement where it's darker and it's lighter, we're getting issues there. There's a couple of cross sections on the road that go across, and the truck is bouncing quite severely, so we're definitely going to have to change the road we're running on. I am also thinking about maybe putting a dragster roller on the back because the front wants to catch air. It's pretty hard to get the truck to rake downwards with the suspension that it has. So we're going to do a couple alterations, see if we can come up with something. Okay, I have fashioned together a wheelie bar. This is a wheelie bar from my DR10 that has a carbon fiber one on it up there. And these are my X-Max training wheels, which I no longer need. So I'll show you how I put that all together. So this is actually just pinching the rear bumper, and it is on there. Like it's on there really good. It pinches right here underneath, grabbing from the underside. As you can see, there's a bolt directly right there. This doesn't do anything. This is just a spacer bar, and then it bolts in here. So 2 bolts. It's on there. It's not going to fall off. It's not sliding. So that works really, really, really well. I'm really impressed with that. Just happens to fit. So, less holes in my truck, the better. So that's awesome. If I really wanted to, I could screw the top into the bolts here, but I don't really think that's going to be necessary. Let's go try her out, take her for a rip. So I can tell already, after just trying it out a little bit, that the wheelie bar is sitting way too low. Spinning out, it loses traction. So we are going to have to adjust that somehow. The easiest course of action, of course, would just to be use a smaller wheel, or even maybe just the bearing itself, which I might actually try out. But first I'm going to look for a wheel. Alright, so I found my old wheelie bar for my LMT. So we snipped off the blue ends, we've attached those with screws. Now we're going to have a roller bar, so this should do just fine. And it's actually going to probably be more stable, hopefully. Alright, let's put this together and see how it looks. Alright, we got a little bit more compression there, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with it too much. We got a nice flat roller, and looks pretty good. So let's go give her a test and see if she doesn't suck. If the truck does track properly on the road here, we're actually going to do a speed run on a flatter surface, because this road here actually has a slight curve and arc on it, which for speed runs is definitely not good. So without further ado, let's do our test. So she's definitely handling better. We did turn the power down on the controller to 75%, as I was just getting too much wheel speed right off the mark. This gives us a little bit more leeway for popping our wheelies. So when we were using the other style, it was just getting too squirrely. It was just too low, losing traction on the rear tire. Now we aren't dealing with that problem as fast. But keep the problem is trying to keep that power at a lower percentage for a longer period of time. So ramping the power up on a steady incline rather than pushing it up. Again, the road's pretty bumpy. We had a good couple of runs, but nothing that would be compared to what I want it to do. I gotta slow down because there's a major bump right there. But it's definitely working a lot better than it was. So we've just been doing some fine tuning. I am re-lowering the suspension again. The problem I had with the wire is it was aluminum and it was too thin and it was snapping on rolls, or it was stretching. Now I got a piece of carbon fiber in here, and what I've done is I put a screw through each hole on the front on either side, which just happened to be the correct width with this PPM bracket I had from a drift car I had and then sold. So now we have a very nice sway bar. So if I push down on this side, it'll swing the arm on the other side. But it is adjustable. So now I just need to make sure I fine-tune that, because if I don't, it will pull more to one side than the other. And we have it sitting quite low, so there's not going to be a terrible lot of suspension. Like I do have some wiggle room, but not like bouncing. The rear has it still, so you can see now we got quite a bit of ground clearance on our bar there for squat, and that'll help keep the tires gripping. So this will also help with the raking on it. Now I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to put any tubing on the inside or the outside of the push rods here, just to keep it from bouncing out. I want it sitting high, but I don't want it to bottom out, so I might have to do that still. But anyway, I've run out of time for monkeying around today, so we're going to have to do another video. So I hope you guys like this, and if you see anything that you like on it or want to know how it's done, just feel free to ask me. All right. Until next time!
Hello guys.